Good morning. Welcome to Crochet with Nonna Rosanna. I'm Rosanna, and today is WIP weekend number 80. I'm actually making this Friday afternoon. Mom's back in the hospital, but I'll get into that in a bit. But we had a wonderful, wonderful time at her birthday dinner. So, a couple pictures of her birthday dinner. We went out. That's my baby brother with me there, and we went back to her place, and she had cake. And Mom said it was the best birthday ever. So we were really pleased about that. But then, like last week, she had her chemo, and on Saturday, she still had steroids in her system, so she was still up and feeling good. And then I called Sunday. My dad said she was in bed resting, so I said, okay, if she feels up to it, have her call me. If not, don't worry about it. And I called Monday, and same thing, she was resting, and I talked for a couple minutes, and she seemed very tired and exhausted. But by the time Wednesday came around and she had to go in for some blood work, she could barely walk. So my stepdad had to help her down to the car, and they got there, and her blood was all wacky. So, oh, my cat's running around. I can hear her upstairs. Sounds like an elephant. I can't believe she's only 10 pounds running around. But her blood counts were way down. Her hemoglobin was down. Her platelets were down. Her blood pressure was high, and normally she has a very low blood pressure. So they admitted her to ER, and that is where she has been for the last couple days in the emergency room. This morning when I went in at 9:30, I went to the room and it was empty. And I thought, oh, great, they've admitted her. No, they moved her to it was like a closet that she's in right now, waiting to be admitted upstairs somewhere. I have a piece of fluff that's driving me crazy. Sorry. So that's my mom. She's in good spirits. She's a fighter, and this is really taking a toll on her. And we're just hoping for the best to have as much time with her now. I'm almost positive her oncologist is going to say enough is enough. So, you know, we'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. But she's still fighting, and she's in good spirits. And had we went outside today. Like they unhooked her for a bit. I took her outside here in southern Ontario. It's in the high 70s, which is amazing. Like 22 degrees outside. It's unheard of. So we went out. We enjoyed a little bit of the weather for 5-10 minutes just to get her outside the emergency room. They unhooked everything and let her go out for a bit. After being in the ER for 2.5 days now. So that's what's going on with my mother and my mother-in-law. No changes. She's still in the rehab center in the hospital. It's well over 65 days, and thank goodness for our OHIP care because it's been a long process. My poor husband is exhausted. What else has happened? I did have some good times last night. Paige and I went over to my daughter's house and I got to babysit Paige, and she received her sweater, and I'll be talking about that in a little bit too. And we went for a walk, and her street is amazing. They decorate to the nines. This first picture I'm going to show is, I think this guy's 13 feet tall. It's amazing. And in the second one here, you can see they've got skeletons climbing up the walls. It's just amazing. So we took a little walk and then got ready for bed, read a book. She didn't want to fall asleep. So, of course, Nonna here got into bed with her, and I put on a tutorial how to make a simple crochet hat, and I was hoping she would fall asleep to that because it was a very simple, a great video, but just single crochets. And I'm lying there, I'm almost asleep. I was tired, and all of a sudden she goes, "Nonna," I said, "Yes." She goes, "When are you going to teach me my new stitch?" So she was listening to the single crochets, and I told her that now that she can do a chain perfectly, we'll move on to single crochets. So I told her next time we have a sleepover, we're going to learn how to do single crochets. So I'm so excited about that. But we had a great time. Her parents went out to it was called Booze and Booze. So booze as in BOOS, scary, and booze as in alcohol. And it was a pumpkin walk in the dark. So they had a great time. Got home about 11:30. By the time I got home, it was after midnight. Crawled into bed just before 1 and was up first thing this morning, and off I went to the hospital. So, but I had a great time with Paige. We had a wonderful, wonderful time. And I think that's it for my week. It's been very tiring. Going to the hospital twice a day is exhausting. Like I'm doing it with my mom, my husband's doing it with his mom. So, and parking is ridiculous. So we got a special pass. Like if you don't get this pass, parking is minimum $18 when we go visit our mother. So we got this pass. It was $75 for 10, so that's $7.50 every time. But you can go in and out as many times as you want. So my husband gets up, early before work, goes to visit his mom, comes here, drops off the ticket so I can use it. So we're saving a little bit of money that way, but I don't know how people can afford it. Some people, elder people that are on a tight pension, it's ridiculous, the price for parking. Like you can't even, like some people can't afford to visit. And there's fluff flying around. And there's a mall just down the street a bit, and they ticket people, like they watch. They've got cameras, so you can't park there. So we're paying for parking, but that's okay. And now I want to get into some pictures that were sent in by Sue. Sue and I have been chit-chatting on email for a while now, and congratulations on your partial retirement. And I know she looks after her grandchildren a lot. So now that she's been retired, she's gotten a few projects finished. I know one was for her mom, and one was for, I can't remember who the other ones were. But these are the blankets she has been working on for the last little while, and got them all finished. And they're just spectacular, Sue. You've done a lot of work in the last couple months. And Sue also likes diamond painting, and here's a diamond painting that she's been working on and completed, and it is so cute. I wish I would have seen that one. I would have got it for sure. I really enjoy diamond painting as Sue does. So, Sue, thank you very much for your pictures. And like I said, at the end of the month, I'd love to put up your pictures of your items that you're finished, or even the WIPs you're working on. That way we can share it and spread inspiration throughout our community. So thank you, Sue, for letting me share your pictures, and I can get on to my WIPs now. The first WIP I'm working on is my cross stitch. I have two of them. One of them is here on my easel, and I'm not going to get this done by Halloween. So what I'm going to do is I'm working on the black right here, and I think once I got that done, I am going to put this in hibernation for a year and have it completed before the 1st of October so I can put it out next year. But I'm probably 3/4 maybe, but it's all fiddly little one color stitches, so it takes such a long time. And but I'm really enjoying it, and it's turned out really well so far. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, work a little bit on it in the mornings, but it's the other cross stitch because it's a gift for Paige. Put this here. And I want to get this done this week. So I'm going to be spending more and more time on this instead of crocheting this week because I really want to get it done. But it is the skull that I've been working on. I'm just doing the teeth now. I did a little bit after Paige fell asleep. I started the teeth. So this is like an hour and a half's work right there just in the teeth. It's an 18 gauge and it's tiny, tiny. If I put it up real close, you can see how tiny the stitches are. So I've got most of the skull done, most of the eyes done. You can see I've done here and a few missing spots. And I've got to fill in some of this rose and the bottom of the chin. So this is going to be my task this week and this weekend is to get this done. And I'm also working on my book cover inspiration. And the end of the month is coming up, so I have to do a little bit more on that. But this is going to be my number one project for the next week. And my eyes do get tired, so I have to put it down quite often and do something else because the stitching is so tiny, the cross stitches. But I really like it, and I can't wait to get it framed for her. So that's my first WIP. I started a new diamond painting, but I just got a little tiny corner done, so I will leave that for another day. And what else? So our yarny goodness. In the hospital, I have been working on Paige's knit hat. So I have gotten quite a bit done on this. It's very, very, again, tiny, tiny stitches. It's a fingering weight yarn, and it's 100% wash merino with stellina in it. And I'm really liking the way it's coming up. I hope you can see the sparkles. It's just beautiful. And this might be a little bit big for Paige, so this might go to her mom's, and then I'll have to decrease on some of the stitches. But I'm really liking the color of this, and it's showing up pretty good. It's brighter than it's showing up, but the colors are pretty true. So that's my first item that I have been working on this week. Excuse me. And then what else have I been working on? I did just a couple of blocks. I usually make my blocks on my treadmill, but since I injured, and oh yes, I did go to get ultrasound, and my kidneys are functioning fine. There's one little stone in there, so they're not worried about it. And they also did an ultrasound on my hamstring, and yes, I did tear it. And he says keep off your leg as much as possible, but going to the hospital, it's let me see, all I've done is been to the hospital and come home and started this video, and I've already got 4,000 steps in. So the hospital where you park and where she is in emergency is like 1,000 steps away. And then I knew she was feeling better because she asked for a cappuccino, so I had to go halfway across the hospital to get my mom a Starbucks cappuccino and back. So yeah, I did a lot of walking. So this afternoon I am going to sit on my sofa, my couch, and ice my leg. So when I'm not doing something else, like this week, I've done all my, I did my marquee challenge already, and I finished my shawl for the month. So I'm just going to be throwing together some squares, just grabbing. I tidied up my husband calls it my yarn room upstairs, and I put all my incompleted or half hanks, and I hanked everything up, and I have got a Tupperware that is 3 feet by 2 feet, and it's overflowing with all scrap yarns. So I think I'm just going to focus on making a whole bunch of squares and putting them together so I can get more blankets out. I will have to talk to the seniors home that I donate them to see how many they want. And I'm going to pick another seniors home. My husband gave me a name of a home, so I'm going to go over there and talk to the representative over there, see if they would like some donated Lapgan blankets also. So I worked on the squares, and I think that's it. And yes, I worked on my book cover inspiration. So that's all I worked on, plus my couple finished items. I finished Paige's sweater, and here's a picture of it because she wanted to wear it to school today, so she's all ready for school, and I think it turned out fabulous. She loves it, and that's all that counts. A very simple pattern by Cinnamon Stitches, and I just love the way it turned out. She loves her sleeves. She loves that she can pull her arms in and hide it. So I hope she doesn't get in trouble at school for playing with them, but she loves putting her arms up and down, and but anything to make them happy. And as long as she wants something, I will make it for her. And that's the same with the boys. The boys really don't request anything. Whenever I make a stuffy for Paige, I try and make something for the boys too. And I know Levi, the baby, doesn't have a blanket, so I might be making a blanket, and that will probably be in my book cover inspiration the last month because I've already got the books lined up. So I think I'll make him a blanket for Christmas. And everybody else has got plenty of blankets, so they don't need it. So I'm, just making the squares. And the final item that I got finished was my corner to corner blanket. I am so in love with this. As I was taking a picture, I noticed I still haven't sewn in a couple of the ends. But this is where I was. And that's what I completed this week, all this part down here. So it is completed. I will stand up and show you. I didn't even measure it. I just came home and got everything ready to put, whoops, my leg. So that's the width of it. And it goes down and down. So it's perfect. It covers my feet and comes to my waist when I'm sitting on my it's a recliner couch, like a lazy boy couch that we just got middle of summer, and I just love it because it's perfect when you just have a little chill. It was a Caron skinny cake, and the colors are spectacular. I can't remember the colors. It's in all the last videos, and I just love it. And my husband loves it, so I know we're going to be arguing over this. So I might have another color in the skinny cakes, and I might make another one for my husband because I made him out of a Bernat blanket yarn, the thicker, that's like a bulky, and sometimes it's too hot for him. So I may start another corner to corner for him. So that's it for this week. I'm not sure. I have got no new projects started, so I will be thinking of what I can make. And I know I can take my knitting and my squares to the hospital when I'm with my mom, and while I'm sitting there. I came home early today because for some reason my stepfather came in early. We kind of take turns. I go in the mornings from like 9:30ish to like 1 or 2 o'clock, but my stepdad showed up at 12:30, so tag, he's it. And I came home, which was good because I'm going to make the video, and then it takes a while to upload it onto YouTube, and I'll go do grocery shopping while it's doing that, and then add in all the edited information that it needs. So that's it. I'm hoping that all we have to do is go visit our moms in the hospital, and we can relax this weekend. Baseball, the games start Friday, so I'm looking forward to that. And hockey Saturday night. So we're not doing anything. We're going to relax. My husband, I'm going to let him sleep in. Tomorrow morning I'll go visit my mom early and then be back hopefully before he even gets up, around 10:30, 11 o'clock. So that's it. I hope you have a wonderful WIP weekend. Stay healthy. If you are like us, getting great weather, enjoy it because it's not going to last. And I will see you soon. Bye for now.